A rivalry we never thought we'd see coming, but we have, and how lucky are we? Alicia Christians gets us straight underway, and Carmen Isaac immediately wrapped up by Lotos. And then Macaulay picks it up, trying to get some valuable meters for her side. Canada have shown a spring in their step throughout this weekend, trying to get back in them, what they try and do. And Valenzuela on that one like a bird on a chop. And Valenzuela still going, tracking through 1, 2, 3 of the French defenders and caught just before the line. Was that knocked on the ground? Everyone says happy to go, and Carissa Norston, after all of the work done by Valenzuela, gets Canada and opens their account in this third-place playoff.
And what a riveting start by Canada. Wow, Venezuela just with the big fin and making her way down the field, just carving it up, curving things around, making it impossible for this French defense to tackle her. And then Nordson with the good support and the easy walk-in try. That's the easiest try she scored all season.
That is all the hard work of Shalaya Valenzuela. She's been involved in a lot of what Canada have done. Conversion good too. Carissa Norston, she scored 3 this weekend, 21 years old. Spoke about how she's become a leader in the side. They often speak about one squad mentality with the 15 side. Just some medical attention. One of the French players down in the chaos that was Shalaya Valenzuela. Roof is closed here in Singapore, so it is hot, it is steamy. If you don't like humidity, Singapore's not for you, but the people are lovely. And the sevens on the pitch is even better. Olivia Apps to get us back underway after the try from Carissa Norston. Straight down the gut, competing in the air, and Hajal is able to get it into the hands of Hawa Tunkara. Tunkara with the fling out to the outside on the 1-2, and then can't get ball back in hand. Christians, who just had some tape put on her, has to clean up. Stolen at the bottom of the breakdown by Carissa Norston, the try scorer for Canada. Now opportunity for Canada. They didn't see much of this in the semi-final against Australia, just completely enveloped in the defense. Valenzuela, really strong ball carrier for the Canadians this weekend. Apps, there was a short line on from Fancy Bermudez. Apps carries it laterally, puts Carmen Isaac in a bit of a compromised position, but she steps away out of it. Apps. Now the defense of the French being tested. They've got to get up and put pressure on Canada. Norston toying with the defense, trying to get through it, eventually does. Fancy Bermudez to Macaulay, who gets caught by Noelle Riviere, brought down to ground heavily. Bermudez, Isaac, Norston, bouncing past to Norston, which allows the defense to get back into the faces and just reset from the French. Bermudez in their space and numbers on the outside. Shalaya Valenzuela with the try assist earlier for Carissa Norston is eventually going to get one of her own. Shalaya Valenzuela has been everywhere for Canada and now finds herself under the sticks.
An absolute terror is this Canadian squad right now to this French squad. You see Norston here with a nice lob and another lob there from Fancy Bermudez into the hands of Valenzuela, and it just proves to be too much for this French defense.
Well, that's too often. We just got word that Alicia Christians has gone off for an HIA, and she's the pacer in the side.
Yeah, she's a big piece for the French all around, so that'll be a huge loss.
Olivia Apps, she scored 1 try, she kicked 2 conversions last week in this matchup against the French, with the winning team were the Canadians, and now they've got a knock on again, and it's been all possession, all Canada.
Let's go, good, let's go, good job. Let's go, Jay, good job.
Yeah, they absolutely dominated this match so far.
Mark there. Off your knees and bind again.
You know, they won this match last week, this corresponding match last week against France. Big win 21-17.
Bind.
Oh, we've got a very happy commentator in the booth. We've got Gareth Reese, the Canadian, who's busy dancing. I think he missed his
Come on, I
mark
just
and he
spoke
missed
to
his
you.
calling
I'll
here with
follow
the
the
moves
bind.
that we're seeing. Apps gets the short on. The tap and go is good to Carmen Isaac, who does well to keep ball in hand, tracked by the French defenders, and Lotos makes a big hit on Carmen Isaac. But a miscommunication for Valenzuela. Fancy Bermudez has to stand strong in the contact point. Lunuela Riviere under pressure there.
Tackle.
Gets in, looking for the steal. There's Noelle Riviere. She can't play it. Set, and now Immaculate, who made her debut last week, is in. Tunkara, it's allowed to bounce for Tunkara, but that's gone down out of the hands, and that's going to be a knock-on advantage for Canada, and just nothing going the French way.
Yeah, but had that gone to hands, man, that would have been a dangerous proposition for France. You see Tunkara just getting into the passing lane and just knocking it forward, but Nicholas with a good distraction there to create that knock-on.
Bind. Set.
Olivia Apps controlling everything that is Canadian rugby at the moment. The pickup is good, so the track even better, and everyone standing off of Olivia Apps at the moment. Tackle had to be made, comes from Lotos, and the counteract is brilliant. Ocean Boussillon gets involved. Fancy Bermudez. Valenzuela, fancy Immaculate. The flick out the back to Apps, and that's gone forward, and that just is pure out of the defense from the French.
Yeah, a couple of those passes were flirting with being forward, and it finally rang true. Canada would want to regroup right here and putting in a lot of effort on attack. And the Bleu just not letting up on the gas with defense here. But they got to finally get an opportunity to attack with some structure.
They've got ball in hand.
Bind.
They're stuck inside their own 10 meter.
Set.
Just on the 5. Cleo Hajal feeds. They get clean ball at the back of the scrum, and they get an advantage. Howard Tunkara on a really strong line.
No advantage. I'm binding early.
Was Tunkara v. Norston. Norston won, but they had the penalty advantage.
Canada unbinding early there was the call.
Tap and go is good. Lotos. Sizing, looking, trying to probe. Boys, Lily Dejoux, who's been involved in a lot of what the French have done this weekend. She scored tries. She's been in the middle of the defense. Dejoux's got to get it out. Gets it to Tunkara this time. Pisili in her debut for the French. Pisili picks up. Then the peel around from Lotos, and they're running out of meterage of the Spanish, and the defense of the Canadians. After all of the attack in the first half, the defense stands true. Canada lead France 14 points to 0 in this third place playoff. 14 points to 0. They won this matchup 21 points to 17 last weekend in Hong Kong. Are they able to back it up? The French are going to look for points and look for points early. The offload doesn't sit this time. Dejoux stays on her feet, fighting through contact. Valenzuela versus Dejoux, and Dejoux's made some good meterage for the French, and they get the penalty.
Yeah, very important for France to have two things in this half in order to have a chance at stopping this Canadian attack, and it's territory and possession, something they lacked critically in the first half.
Crouch.
Try from source and where it originates.
Bind.
Tap and go is usually the call, but
Set.
Lisa Christian's went off for an HIA. She's the speedster in the side. They've got a couple others, but just employing a bit of structure, just trying to play out a worked out move. Tunkara to Bousson, and another penalty. Hajal goes quickly, took the tap at the bottom of that breakdown. Hajal allowed to run, looking for support, trying to get herself through that hands, and that doesn't go straight ahead. Lily Deju probably very lucky that that's gone backwards, sizing up her options now. Lacking some energy in the French side at the moment. One way to the other, just trying to exploit some space, and Lotos with the offload to Tunkara couldn't get herself going, and it looks like Hawa Tunkara is just in a little bit of pain at the bottom of that ruck.
Time off.
She went down pretty hard.
Medical, please.
Hawa Tunkara.
Yeah, it looks like she may have injured her shoulder.
Thank you.
I won't speculate, but she definitely didn't make any motion to move after going down on that tackle.
Yeah,
Well, the French just on that have
we'll restart with your scrum.
not looked like they've got any energy as they're trying to go into those contact areas. No one's changing a line, so it's making the defense for the Canadians really easy to just shift off and stay with and just keep eye contact and make the hits.
Yeah, it certainly is, and when they do get the ball in hand, they look a little bit flustered, and so it's very messy, and they're not able to produce any fast ball. And we know that they love to play that unstructured game. They love to attack it with the offloads, and that's really been effective for them, but they haven't been able to get any synchronicity so far.
Captain Roman Ouet, he's had to deal with a couple of injuries, brought two youngsters into the side, but this is what it looks like. Coming up, we've got the men's third place playoff. Our league winners, Argentina, will take on Spain, and then the classic, the final we all know, Australia women taking on New Zealand. New Zealand coming up trumps time and time again, and then Kenya takes on Fiji. Kenya, for the first time since 2016, made their way into a final. Hawa Tunkara is making her way off the field, and what a beautiful sight to see as she's walking off, and that's all we can ask for. It's been strenuous, it's been taxing on the body for all of these players coming out of Hong Kong, having to play a back-to-back weekend and play it at the intensity that they do. So I hope that she recovers quickly, that it's nothing too serious for the French.
Crouch. Bind.
Restarting with a scrum on the part where Hawa Tunkara went down. Fiafia Loto has come onto the park, and that's a strong scrum coming from the Canadians, putting the French under a lot of pressure, and they get the penalty.
Yeah, and it pays off. Man, Canada looking in incredible form, just really taking their time on that scrum, getting that good push to force the penalty.
Scrum. Oh, the penalty. Entry.
Got a penalty
please, ladies, on the 5.
off of the scrum the last time, called another one. Just realizing they can manage time. 14 points to 0
Crouch.
is a good enough lead, but in the game of sevens with 4.5 minutes, it's definitely not enough.
Set.
Apps on the feed. Apps gets it again. Through the hands from Nicholas. Then to Norston. Norston keeping ball in two hands, making the defender just question whether or not she's going to let it go or whether she's going to go herself. Ball's gone loose. Nicholas comes in to save the day. A couple of dancing feet. Taylor Perry this time trying to enforce and impose herself on the defense of the French. Has that gone out? Yes, it has. That's frustration. Those are unforced errors.
Yeah, and that's the second one, unforced error for Canada in this match, at a time when they really wanted to get out of this area and closer to France's 22.
Nice square, strong push.
But they're playing with a really nice tempo. It's just been, it's been pretty steady the entire match.
Set.
Fiafia Loto with the feed. This time the ball does come out, but Fiafia Loto under pressure, and again they get the penalty, Canada. You can hear the celebrations, you can hear the cheers, and that's going to be a yellow card for kicking the ball away, Fiafia Loto. And that is definitely not what France needed.
No, that's just the lack of discipline that you really don't need. You're down by 14 points, you need possession, you need territory, and you need all 7 players on the field.
24-year-old, frustrated with that. Just take a look at this. Under pressure, Olivia Apps releases, does enough, gets the ball back, and then throws it away, does Fiafia Loto.
Set.
And they've marched up 10 meters from where that penalty was given. Apps, pick up and go. She's got Carmen Isaac on the outside. Gets into a running straddle very quickly, does Carmen Isaac, the rookie. Offloads to Apps, who breaks through a couple tackles. Now looking for a couple of speedsters, and the fancy footwork of Fancy Bermudez is going to get another one for Canada.
And don't you just love the passion that Fancy Bermudez plays with? She is such an exciting player to watch. And Apps looking, probing, finds her target, and you see the nice footwork by Bermudez to cut back in, and that's a happy coach.
What a team that really has come and pulled together, and they're going through a philosophy of working with everyone involved to try and make this the strongest program in the world, and slowly are getting there. The Canadian women. Apps straight down the guts. Guya. Neeson. Carla Neeson is really strong, and she's still going, taking Carissa Norton with her. Well, Olivier on the outside. Noelle Riviere still on her feet this time. Let's go, and then loses the ball, and that's gonna be the worst of moments for Noelle Riviere, who got so many meters up the field.
Yeah, but that's that high pressure defense, a swarming presence in the tackle by Canada to force that knock on. They're all over this French attack.
Okay, thank you.
8 seconds left on Fia Lotto's yellow card.
Bind.
Ill discipline from Fia Lotto that found herself
Set.
sitting down for 2 minutes. Apps. And now that's a strong scrum from France, something we haven't seen. We're used to seeing the physicality of the French getting into the faces, making the hits, competing at breakdown time, but the Canadians have put the foot on the throat and they haven't lifted off. Sabrina Pauline got the winning try score against the French in Hong Kong. Lotos goes in and allows the ball to bounce, but there's nobody there. Apps picks it up. Eventually a defender is able to make their way in. Neeson. Regroup from Canada, who are still inside their own half, and that's a running tackle coming in from Lily Dejoux. Lined her up from a mile away, did Dejoux. There's a lot of numbers in at that breakdown, trying to get ball back, and it was knocked on the ground.
Look at the bodies on the floor fighting for that ball. Wow, what an intense moment for both teams, and this is a big hit by Dejoux to try to give France a spark of energy, and it actually does, and you see the exchange. What a mess.
Sorry, my bad, they were going forward.
Oh, well, Fia Lotto is off. Canada scored one try. Olivia Apps making her way to the bench, getting her well-deserved break after what has been an incredible 2 weekends.
Stand up. Stand up.
Reset.
Reset, please.
A call from referee Jessling. And France will be frustrated with the way that this match has gone.
Bind.
They've not penetrated the 22 of the Canadians.
Set.
Fia Lotto. Ball pops out the back. Guya. Back to Fia Lotto, who's trying to inject some of her own energy after sitting down for 2 minutes. Fia Lotto upended by Nicholas. Counter-ruck attempt is there. Lotos, Guya coming back on the way is Pacelli. And the little bit of spark, or rather it's Leah Trollier, the little bit of spark that the French needed comes, but all too late. Leah Trollier.
Yeah, and that was a good effort by Trollier to split and cause so much confusion in the Canadian back line, but as you stated, a little too late, the effort.
Well, you can't fault the effort. Exhaustion from both of these sides, but Canada showing their class once again. They win the third place playoff, 21 points to 5.